By the way, did you hear Vic talk? Did you hear that when he was talking about Jalen? Did you
Talking about
hear
him having
that?
a good camp.
Well, but he also said
Looks faster, I think he
he's
said.
doing a nice job with the new offense. This is Vic Fangio, not John McMullen. This is Vic Fangio. A lot's been made about him, all these coordinators he's been with, but it's basically been the same offense every year. Vic Fangio.
But he did say this one is different.
Yeah, this is different. Well, I didn't say it wasn't different. I just
Well,
think
we thought about branding a new offense. I'll take the win if Vic Fangio says new offense, John.
Well, I'll take the win on the previous offense was the fucking same. Every single
that's true.
incarnation of it. And look, I don't want to get back into that wormhole, but I've said they're going to be under center more. I said they're going to run more motion. That's where I said the branding. Then you have Landon Dickerson. Oh, you're going to run duo this year? We always ran duo. It's the same fucking thing. Parks Frazier. Yeah, it's going to look a lot. It's going to look like a lot of the same stuff to the naked eye. I mean, I don't know. These are not me.
I get it, but I'm taking Vic over Parks Frazier, baby. The new offense, Johnny.
What Vic is saying is it's what I'm saying. He's just saying it in a different way. They're going to be they're under center. That's different. They're running more motion. That's different. That it is different.
But he did call. I mean, I'm just for the sake of we're having fun, but for the sake of, I was saying new offense, you were saying new packaging. Vic said new offense, so it is what it is.
Well, he also didn't know what piecemeal meant, but I digress. Vic's an old school guy.
He is, yeah.
When people say, how many times do I say labeling's a problem in the NFL? When people say base offense, it drives me crazy. Why, it's not. Your base offense is nickel, but nobody calls it that. Drives me crazy. Is Cam Latu a tight end or a fullback? How many tight ends are on the field? By the way, if you're Derwin James playing linebacker, what does it matter that you're labeled as safety? He's playing linebacker on this play. Like, oh, they got 3 safeties on the field. No, they don't. They just think one of their safeties can play linebacker. That's what
I agree. I mean, that's definitely a problem in the NFL. You see it a lot with the overhang edge players too.
Oh my God, with edge players, it's like, well, it's a 3-4 because he's an outside linebacker. One year, Josh Sweat's a defensive end when he's playing it with Jim Schwartz. The next year, he's an outside linebacker. No, he's an edge defender. It's an overhang player. The old school, Vic chuckled at somebody. Boy, you ever play 3 linebackers? And he chuckled at them. He said, basically not unless things change.
Not in the modern game, no.
So I mean, it's all labeling, and I try to explain it as much as possible, but people latch on. People latch.
No, I know, but
with Jody, it was big nickel. Like I would explain to him what big nickel is. He's like, "Well, he's a safety. Shouldn't it be dime?" I'm like, "It's the roles. It's not the. It's not the label of the player. It's the role." And that's why you have these, and now it's getting to be more positionless. And you have all these players all over the league that play multiple positions. And you say, well, what is he doing on this particular play? Sean Wade was playing linebacker yesterday. Nobody even knows who Sean Wade is. He's an Eagles cornerback.
So do you still think, though, that it's not a new offense? It's really just a repackaging, but because of the way the NFL discusses labeling and things of that nature, that's why it's being called a new offense? Or is that still your belief? Or
it's here we go. All right. Let me try to. It is a different offense for what they've been running for 5 years, which people thought was different under Kevin
we always,
Petrullo.
to be fair, on Birds 365, we always explained that it was the same.
Well,
I don't think I ever pushed back.
A lot of people. Are you kidding me? There was somebody, Vic said that today, and there was some knucklehead. Well, none of the beat reporters followed up on it. That's because we all know it was the fucking same offense. It's not. I just brought it up because Vic said it. Right. I've been saying it on this year for what? How many years?
Well, you were saying it when people were shitting on Kevin Petrullo last year. Remember, you said it, 400 times.
I mean, same thing with Brian Johnson. Was the same fucking offense. But again, the effectiveness. They're playing a different style of offense. What I'm saying is it's the modern NFL. What I've said from the start. And again, don't listen to me. Listen to Sean McVay. There's 7 to 10 passing concepts. Well, 10 to 12, I think he said last time. 10 to 12 passing concepts. I mean, it's not fucking encyclopedic. That's what Parks Brazers was saying. Well, it's going to be a lot of the same stuff dressed up differently. They're trying to marry the run game, and the whole goal of this is to make everything look the same to the defense. It's like Vic inversion.
Right.
That's what Vic
on
does.
Offense, basically.
You're trying to not tip them to what you're going to do. When the ball is snapped, it's going to be outside zone or inside zone. It's going to be duo or pin and pull. It's going to be 10 to 12 different passing concepts. That's what Parks Frazier's talking about. That's what Landon Dickerson's talking about. That's what Devontae Smith says 100 and fucking times. There's only so many routes you can run, and people make it out to be like it's inventing, it's NASA. It's like, I don't know what to say.
I don't know. I might be an idiot in the eyes of one John McMullen, but it feels like, and I'm not even doing this to try and, start going at it here, but it feels like the previous years was more of a rebrand. Like from Johnson to Kellen to Petrullo. Those were rebrands of the exact same offense. This feels like actually a new offense, even though there's not that many different versions of it. It feels more new.
Did you listen to anything I said? I said it was new. I said it's different.
You did, but you did. But
once the ball is snapped, I just retweeted something from Reset. Put that up if you can.
Let me get it. Where is the McMullen retweet?
It's a Jalen Coker. I just wanted to show that those are the routes. That's the route tree. That's the route tree in football. In Kyle Shanahan's offense, and Shane Steichen's offense, and Nick Siri's Brian Johnson, Kevin Petrullo, Kellen Moore,
there you go.
Kyle Shanahan. That's fucking it, people. Now, the marrying of the layers of routes, Kyle's going to do better than other people. But basically that's what you're dealing with. That's it. And then how you teach it is far more important than anything else. You want those layered concepts where, you give the quarterback, whether it's high, low, or usually could be low, high, dump off. Nobody's going to 5 progressions. They talk about it all the time, but that's what I'm trying to say. There's not
that many different variations. Like even if you are,
and especially now, when you don't have time to teach the more complicated, like Bill Walsh, the actual West Coast offense, not the watered down version that people call the West Coast. That's, that's pretty complicated from a modern perspective. But the game has been very colleged up. Another little nugget, tons of nuggets with Vic Fangio. He got asked a question by Brooks because, like, a lot of people think that the Eagles were slow at the line of scrimmage because Kevin Petullo was an idiot.
Right.
No, what they were is a coverage read team versus a pure progression team. So now they're going to run up because it's pure progression. The quarterback doesn't have to read pre-snap coverages. There's a difference. Why it's a different offense. No, it's
help Jalen.
What's that?
You think that'll help Jalen? Be honest.
See. I mean,
we'll see.
I mean, so when you're taking time, and again, I'll give you Vic's answer, not mine. He was asked possible trends across, because this is what people think. And Brooks is a football intellectual. I'll call it that. But it seemed last year there was a spike in the number of teams that were having plays go up against the play clock. And the Eagles were certainly in that category. Did you notice that? And of course, Vic shoots it down. I don't know that it's been a spike. It may have been, but I think it's more particular to certain teams than a league trend, because more teams do pure progression than anything else. A lot of offenses try and get into the perfect play based upon information they perceive at the line of scrimmage, and they could run the clock down. That's what they fucking do. That's why the clock's running down. Not because he's going, I don't know what to call. It's right in front of his fucking face. You're trying to get information to get, if it's a bad play, kill it to a good play. Can it? Kill it. That's what was going on.
So are you expecting it to be quicker this year to the line? And then even if they snap it at the end, that's like Phillip Rivers. Like he'll snap it like at the very end of the play.
Well, Phillip Rivers, yeah. Phillip Rivers was pure cover. He's reading coverages. That's why he'll take it down.
Right.
No, then now they're not going to do that. So it will be quicker and people will take the wrong way. Look at how quickly he makes this sound. No, they're playing a different style of quarterback read. Now it doesn't matter. They don't want you to read pre-snap. They want you to snap the ball. If it's a passing play, you got first option. If he's open, throw it. Second option. If not, second option. Not third option. You're never going to get to 4 and 5. That's different. If you're hung up on the different word, that's different. They're doing different things. What I'm saying on the back end of that different, they're going to be running posts and digs and
same
corners
routes,
and
same
outs,
bullshit, same
and hitches and verts.
Will the differences be beneficial for this team this year, do you think? Or do you think it's overkill? Or
look, Greg Cosell said that the best. He's never done it before. Jalen's 28 now. 7th year in the NFL.